Hello and welcome to This Week with Ajaz Haque. It's Sunday, June the 7th, 2020. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Today we will cover the continuing riots in the US, Pakistan budget, which is due out on June the 12th, COVID-19, which is spreading even faster than before in Pakistan and India, China-India standoff and the dialogue, and the financial markets. To start with, the disturbances in the US, rallies have been taken out from Washington DC to London to Sydney to Frankfurt, you name it, virtually every major city in the world, denouncing police brutality and the slogan Black Lives Matter. Every time a white police officer kills a black citizen, same thing happens, and after a couple of years, it's forgotten until it happens again. Only a couple of days ago in Buffalo, in New York, a policeman pushed a 75-year-old white male and shoved him onto the ground, who hit his head, broke open his head, he lay bleeding, and the police officer just walked away. Now those 2-3 police officers involved have been suspended, but as a result, all their police brothers have gone on strike. So this is utterly ridiculous. This police brutality needs to be harnessed. It needs to be stopped around the world. Everyone is participating, black, white, Hispanics, Filipino, Asians, because they feel that this has gone on too long and it needs to stop. Donald Trump tweeted something about this, but the Twitter company deleted his tweet. They said it was a copyright issue, but I'm sure they didn't like the language, or he was trying to take credit for something that he had not done. Now, Joe Biden has won enough delegates to be nominated the Democratic nominee for the White House. Question is, are there only these two people left in the United States, Trump and Biden? Is there nobody else who's capable of taking this office? The United States needs somebody younger, somebody dynamic. Maybe it needs another John Kennedy once more. Now, the Pakistan budget is out on June the 12th, and as usual, people are worried because in every budget, the taxes are increased, the duties are increased, and the citizens end up paying a great deal more than they should. Another unfortunate thing is that there is a bureaucratic stranglehold on Pakistan's economy. Same old, i.e. tax those who are already paying taxes, increase the duties who are already paying duties, increase the customs duties, increase the sales taxes, and so on, rather than make the effort of changing the structure, i.e. tax maybe 10 million people who are paying not a penny in taxes. But it seems that that area is holy to be touched for some reason. In fact, that's where the actual money lies. Pakistan can collect 3 times as much revenue if they were to go after those people. And it seems that that area is not being paid attention to. I'll give you an example. I took a flight from Lahore to Karachi yesterday in a private airline. The airfare was 11,930 and the government taxes were 10,569. And this is when the airline was required to leave the middle seat empty throughout. So the airline has to pay the airline leasing charges, the fuel charges, the staff costs, payment to civil aviation for using the airports. And the government provides what service for their 10,569? Such high taxes always kill the economy. It's time to review and restructure our economy. This kind of taxation is utterly ridiculous, and it's a deterrent to the economy expanding. For example, the auto industry is virtually dying from government's inaction. When the rupee was at 104, and let's say a dollar converted at that time, 100 rupees of import value attracted 57 rupees, 95% import duty and sales tax. So the individual was paying 157.95. But now the dollar is 160 The government duty rates are still the same. So the duty and sales tax works out to 128 rupees and 15 pesos. So in total, the cost is increased to the buyer from 157.95 to 288.15, an 82% increase. Now, the idea of not reducing duties perhaps is to collect more money, but is the government collecting more money? Absolutely not. The auto industry is not doing well. The production has gone down considerably. Some plants are shut. The thing to do was, as the rupee devalued, the import duty percentage should have been reduced so that more people buy cars, more people can afford them, more revenue is collected by the government. But this is the same old stranglehold, and it needs a major overhaul. Lower taxes, higher economic activity, and more revenue for the government. This is what needs to be remembered. Now, the COVID situation is getting serious in Pakistan and India. In Pakistan, there are 96,000 cases, 33,000 have healed, and there are 1,954 deaths. The ratio of deaths to cases is about 2.02%, which is pretty steady. But the increase in the last 24 hours in cases is 4,000, which is quite a lot. Pakistan is now more cases than China had at the peak. And there's no guarantee that the number of cases that we had forecast earlier maybe will peak at 122,000, but it doesn't seem likely anymore because of vast population and lack of cooperation from the general public. It seems that the numbers are going to go higher, but one hopes not. In India, there are 236,000 cases and the reported deaths are 6,642. But many in India do not believe that is the correct figure, as many people who live on the sidewalks, footpaths, they die there and their bodies are burnt and not counted. So who knows what the real ratio is. And similarly in India, in one day, like last 24 hours, 9,887 cases were reported. So both India and Pakistan are at great peril unless they watch the situation closely. Now, India-China standoff. Fortunately, dialogue has started in Beijing between an Indian representative and the Chinese representatives, and one hopes that it will bring peace. The saner voices in India are beginning to ask Mr. Modi to cut down on his jingoism and start dialogue with Pakistan and China and Nepal in order to have peace in the region, as wars are not going to win anything, is going to do more damage to the economies of these countries. Now finally, the financial markets. Toronto Stock Exchange closed at 15,527, which is up 2.2% on the week. S&P 500 closed at 3,112, which is also 2.2% up on the week. FTSE closed at 6,341, did better at 4.4% gain on the week. Shanghai closed at 2,930, and that was 2.7% gain on the week. Pakistan Stock Exchange PSX was up only 1.23% on the week and closed at 34,350. So that's all for this week. My apologies for the late posting of this video as I was out of town. Please, if you have not already subscribed, I request you to do so and press the bell icon. We need your support and help. And also in the comment column, please give your suggestions of how to improve this vlog. Thank you and see you next week. Bye.